Welcome back, assholes, to the Monday Night Wars, Raw, with your host, the King of Smart Style, aka the notorious M.I.K.E. I don't know how I feel about that one. The sensual swami of the squared circle, aka the face the women love and the men envy, the near fall narcissist himself, the King of Nerds. Thank you for stopping in, peasants. As we review today's, this is like 20 plus years old, but the Raw from September 18th, 1995. This was actually a Thursday Raw, so we didn't go head to head. The Raw rating this week was a 2.7, Nitro 1.9. Nitro again on Monday. This is a Thursday rating. So, the Monday Night Wars, 3 weeks in, we've only had one head to head. So, it's not exactly a war so far, is it? It's more just like a shot fired once. A couple back and forth volleys. There's not really a war so far. Anyway, so we've got Lawler and Vince on the announce team. We opened the show. 1-2-3 Kid versus Razor Ramon. If you tuned in last week, then you know they had a little like tiff back and forth. Razor been keeping the kid over here under his wing, looking out for him. Little buddy, carry my fucking bags for me, bitch. Type shit. Also, right there, I just swore I forgot to give you a rundown I give at the beginning of these. Parents, don't watch this shit with your kids in the room, or let your kids watch it. I swear a lot. Kids, sneak and watch it. You're gonna think it's hilarious because I swear a lot, and that's all it takes to make kids laugh. So anyway, we got the 1-2-3 Kid versus Razor. They're just firing it right away. And also, I'm gonna give you guys a heads up. This was kind of a boring Raw. Not boring in the sense that like it was hard to watch. Boring in the sense that usually they give me something to like make fun of or laugh at or poke at. There's nothing really on this episode. There's nothing I'm gonna get into that's you're like, oh, that was interesting and weird. So this was a borderline squash match. Razor whooped that ass for quite a while. He even hit like an impressive middle rope fall away slam. But towards the end, the ref gets distracted. Dean Douglas hits a splash. The Kid and the ref are outside the ring. Dean Douglas hits a top rope splash on Razor. Kid slides in and gets the pin. So you got a lucky win. 2 lucky wins on Razor now. Dean Douglas got the win, basically. Anyway, so we head backstage after that for a short but good promo with Dean Douglas, where he's like, look, man, I just won that match. Kid didn't win that match. I won that match. And he's like, this week, this Sunday, at the In Your House pay-per-view, which I will be reviewing next Wednesday, probably. At the In Your House pay-per-view, I'm going to beat you again, son. It was a very short but entertaining promo. I was not a fan of Dean Douglas back in the day because I was a Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels fan. This dude always seemed to be a thorn in their side. Back it the fuck up, bro. It's Razor and HBK. So, after that, we had Tatanka and Kama, which is like a pre-crisis Godfather. With their manager, $1 Million Man, they're taking on Savio Vega and Bob Holly. This was not a good match at all, by any means. It was very sloppy. I'm not a fan of any of the 4 men in the ring. A huge fan of $1 Million Man, but he was outside the ring. Not a huge fan of any of the 4 men in the ring. Kama gets the pin after reversing a Bob Holly crossbody. Nothing to talk about here, guys. Like I said, this was nothing really to talk about in any of this. After that, we had Razor backstage. He has the usual Razor promo. Chico, Dean Douglas, Chico, and the bad guy coming for you, and then he flicks the toothpick. Same shit. Same Razor Ramon shit. If you've seen a Razor Ramon fucking promo ever, then you saw this. There's nothing about it. It was special or entertaining. This is a very bland show. Just bland. After that, we had Jean-Pierre Lafitte versus Brian Walsh, jobber extraordinaire. It's really weird because you got like Jean-Pierre Lafitte is as a jobber in every like now he would not even like he would never win a match. Now like Jean-Pierre Lafitte today would be Heath Slater or like Kurt Hawkins or Jinder Mahal 4 months ago. But this was back in the day where they had local talent. So we had basically what was like a jobber with a name and a fucking gimmick taking on a local jobber. Jean-Pierre Lafitte, for some reason, is getting to wrestle Bret Hart. I don't know if they think that this is going to get him over. It doesn't. Spoiler alert. Also, so Jean-Pierre Lafitte is a fucking pirate. That is his gimmick. Is a fucking pirate. That's absurd. So Bret calls in. He's like, yeah, I'm going to whoop this dude's ass this week. Also, he's a pirate. I didn't even know pirates still existed. I'm a thing. Pirate. Whatevs. So, JPL, not JBL, JPL, wins with the top rope cannonball, which is kind of cool. It was a good looking move. He's a bigger guy, so it was kind of sweet. This is a boring ass squash match. After that, we have our main event. Men on a Mission versus Yokozuna and Owen. One of my favorite tag teams of all freaking time is Yokozuna and Owen. I fucking love Owen Hart, and I fucking love Yokozuna. I had a Yokozuna action figure, like, back there. And if they made an Owen Hart one, I would own that as well. But Owen Hart's wife refuses to sign off on that. So, you know, just pretend that there's an Owen Hart figure somewhere here, and we'll all be happy, except me, because I don't really have an Owen Hart figure. So Men on a Mission, they're fucking heels at this point. They're just coming off Mabel's big King of the Ring win, if you want to call it that. And maybe one of the worst King of the Ring winners fucking ever. Of all time, I would say. This is, also Yoko and Owen are out there with Cornette and Fuji, who are their managers. Big Fuji fan. Kind of a Cornette fan, whatever. Dude's a little bit annoying. Anyway, so it's just interesting note here. It's weird that you see two heel tag teams facing off. Like, that's not a thing that usually happens. Usually it's just, you know, face, heel, face, heel, face, heel. Occasionally you get the face-face, like the Respect matchup. Shawn Brett, John Cena, Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam a few years back. You don't usually see the heel-heel. But now, right here, we're seeing the two heel teams take each other on. Men on a Mission outclassed in literally like every way that you could possibly imagine tag team to be outclassed, like athleticism, just overall aesthetic, talent level. It's totally lopsided. Mabel was in this match. This match lasts like 14 minutes, which is like, if Yoko and Owen were in this match, this would have been unfucking bearable to watch. But Mabel's in it for maybe 2 minutes. It's really weird. Mo works most of the match. Finally, after getting his ass whooped for like 10 minutes, finally tags Mabel in. Mabel fucking clotheslines Yoko and takes him down, and then tags Mo right back in. Like, dude, I just caught a fucking breather, man. Like, give a motherfucker some time, man. Shit, what's up, Dave? The match ended with, how did the match end? I'm not even sure how the match ended. Usually I have that in my notes. I'm not even sure. Guys, my bad. Let's say that Yokozuna did a bonsai drop on Mo, and that's how we got the win. Let's go with that. After the match, we cut backstage to a backstage promo with Diesel and Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. They are putting their World Heavyweight and Intercontinental titles, respectively, on the line at Sunday's pay-per-view in your house in the first ever triple header against Yoko and Owen. So Diesel and Shawn get a pin on Yoko or Owen. They get the tag titles. If Yoko and Owen pin one of those guys, they retain their titles and take whoever was pin's title. So Owen can pin Shawn and get the Intercontinental, or Owen can pin Diesel and get the heavyweight, or Yoko can do both, but he's a two-time champion, so let's face facts. He's probably more focused on Diesel here. So they give like a nice promo. I hate this name, Two Dudes with Attitude. It's such a 90s wrestling fucking cornball name. I can't stand it. So we got Two Dudes with Attitude. They have a short but enjoyable promo about how they're going to whoop ass on Sunday. I may be biased, though, because Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler of all time. Kevin Nash falls somewhere in the top 5 to 10. So I could be a little biased on that. After we come back, from them, so it cuts to them. They give their little promo. It cuts back to the ring. Vince is interviewing Yoko, Owen, Cornette, Fuji. No one talks except Cornette. It gives a great Cornette promo. No one else talks at all. And he just like goes on about how big of a monster Yoko is and the technical prowess of Owen and how they're just going to absolutely destroy the Heartbreak Kid and Shawn Michaels and Diesel. How Diesel and Shawn Michaels, they've already butted heads and broken up as a team once, and now they're back together. Do you think that Diesel, you think HBK is going to save you over his IC title? HBK, you think Diesel's going to save you over his World Heavyweight title? I don't think so. And that's how Raw ended. That's it, guys. Like, I'm dead serious. There's like literally nothing else to talk about. That's it. Like like I told you at the beginning of this, they gave me fuck all to work with today. Like fuck all. Like nothing that I can make good jokes about other than the pirate. There's nothing. That was it. It was just like, well, okay, that was over. Anyway, we got a pay-per-view coming up this weekend. So, not this weekend, but like in 1995 time, this weekend. Like I said, again, that will be covered next Wednesday. That's how we're going to do this. I'd like to keep normally I would just slide the pay-per-view into like the normal schedule. But I'd like to keep Raw and Nitro head-to-head fairly well. So we're going to do pay-per-views on like Wednesday before the show, so that way we can get a review of what happened on Wednesday. And then Thursday we'll jump into it. And then tomorrow, obviously, we're going to talk about the Nitro side of things and what they did this week. Even though, again, this wasn't head-to-head. Nitro's on Monday. Raw was on Thursday. So 3 weeks in, we've only had one head-to-head show so far. And that's it, guys, for the show. I feel like this was lame and boring because they gave me nothing to work with. I'm sorry that I wasn't as entertaining as I usually am. There was no good comedy. I didn't make any weird jokes or anything. But whatever. Sometimes you can only work with what they give you. And they haven't given me shit. But I bet WCW gives me quite a bit to work with tomorrow because they are terrible. And they always give me good comedy material. So, you know what we got going on here at the Near Fall Network. Mondays, we get the high five party with the high five and a motherfucker, where he gives you all that good Raw talk. Tuesday, I basically do the same shit except with SmackDown. It's almost exactly like the same type of thing, just better looking. Wednesday, we got nothing on, well, you know, next Wednesday we're going to have a pay-per-view review. Usually there's nothing. Thursday, you're here right now. You were here last week. Just stop in next week. It's good shit, guys. Friday, I do the Nitro side of this with the Monday Night Wars, Nitro. That's generally a better show because WCW has way more unintentional comedy. And then on Saturday, my favorite wrestling podcast, and I listen to a lot of wrestling podcasts, Drive By with Shooter. That's all I got for you guys today, man. I'm not going to waste any more time today on this boring-ass Raw show. So, like I always say, I love you. Have a great week, guys.